Okay, hi guys. Welcome to POV You're My Therapist, the podcast where I vent, you listen, and you do not get paid. Today's episode, I know what I'm going to talk about. And I feel like this is a conversation that we, the single girlies of America and the world, need to have. Because I just feel like if we don't have it, we're just screwing ourselves over the longer we go without having this convo. Okay, so we're going to have a very important conversation today. And yes, it's about men. It's about men. Okay, so if you're a man, yeah, I haven't said this in a long time, but yep, the warning is here. If you are a man and you're listening to this podcast, you got to go. This podcast is for the girls, the gays, the thems, and the theys. Okay? So if you are not one of those, you gotta go right now. Okay? So, and right off the bat, I want you, hold on. My lip gloss is just, it's like I'm eating something disgusting. Okay, listen. So right off the bat, if you're listening on YouTube, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Do all the things that I am begging of you to do every week, okay? If you're listening on Spotify, leave a rating. If you're listening on Apple Music, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave a rating and a review. And yeah, so you guys can help me out. There's a couple of announcements, just plain house cleaning. Working on the merch. Nobody has oh fuck, I just forgot how to speak English. Nobody has guessed what the merch theme is. Some of you have gotten like close, but nobody's guessed the merch theme. And if you want a hint, literally just look at my thumbnail for the last episode that I put out last Friday. It's the look, okay? So the merch, I'm excited. I have a package coming in soon. I've gone through a couple samples. I hate it. I cried a little bit. So I'm working on some stuff and I'm really excited about it. And I think you guys are gonna like it. And I'm putting a lot of work and effort into it. So fingers crossed. I don't know why, but my face hurts like hell right now. I feel like when you're smiling too much, I feel like I'm smiling too much. But anyways, so right into this week's topic, you guys. We were talking about men. We were talking about dating, okay? Because last night I pulled out my phone and I was like looking at my friends list, like, you know, like when you're looking at your conversations. And I was looking at my conversations, I was like, all right, which of these bitches can I call who's gonna pick up and who's not gonna be annoyed by the conversation that I want to have? And I texted one of my friends and I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, I just left the movies. And I was like, oh. And she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I want to talk about boys. Sad face. And she was like, oh no, what boy? And I was like, a boy. And she was like, oh my God, who is it? She was like, is it that cracker? And I was like, no, it's not. And she was like, oh my God, God bless. Okay. So, but I actually didn't respond to her because I was like, actually, I don't want to talk about this. But then today I woke up and I was riled up, all ready to go again. And I was like, I want to talk about boys. So we're going to be talking about boys today. Okay. And the reason is because y'all, I feel like the last couple months, I have gotten a very keen something has changed within me, okay, to where I honestly see men as second-class citizens, okay? Men are so, as a whole, they really are just not giving right now. Like, I'm gonna be 1,000,000% honest right now. The men out there right now are not giving. They are such a sorry sack of men, and they, you know, I already know, like, they're going to be upset about it. They're going to be like, well, you're not that hot either. Well, man, you know what? At least I have qualities about myself besides my hotness. These guys cannot even adhere to the low standard of cleanliness, of being clean, of smelling nice, and at least looking decent. They can't do that. And that, I think, is like crazy, okay? But I realized something about men recently, and I besides the fact that they're second-class citizens, to be honest, but I realized that a lot of men are just gross. Like, a lot of them are gross. Like, they don't have anything going for them. They don't have anything going for them. They don't have emotional intelligence. They don't have intelligence. They have one brain cell in their head rubbing two sticks together and not getting much out of it. And they're ugly. They're so ugly. Like, I saw a tweet the other day that was like, that this guy said something like, women act like it's so hard to be celibate. Or no, they're like, can women really go that long without having sex with a man? Like, I think y'all are lying. Y'all are not really that being celibate for that long. And the one hidden reply was a girl, and she said, actually, it's really not that hard when all the men look like you. And I was like, this is so fucking true. Like, it's not, I'm not celibate by choice right now. And it's not because I don't have men who don't want to have sex with me. I have so many guys who want to have sex with me. And literally the thought that I'm sitting there looking at my phone, looking at this dude's picture, and I'm like, do I want to be in a room with you? Like, point blank. Like, it's not even, do I want to have sex with you? Do I want to be in a room with you? And the answer is no. And that is why I have not had sex in nearly a year. Okay? These guys are gross. They're so disgusting. The amount of dates that I've gone on where the guys have tried to kiss me and I'm like, oh. Like Natalie Nunn. Y'all can't see, but I'm doing this little dance. She's like, that's what it feels like being around men. It is, and and the thing is, it's like, oh my God, I'm trying to get my thoughts sorted out because I want to make sense and I want to make good sense, okay? It's not that hard to be celibate with the quality of men that are running around in these outdoors, okay? In the fields. It's just not that hard. They're not attractive. They're not taking care of themselves. They're just losers. They're just a whole lot of stuff. Like, they're just not it. For me right now, the guys that I'm seeing is just not the crop that I'd like. And I'm like, nope, maybe next season. We'll see. So the other thing that I've noticed is that, you know, a lot of my girlfriends, like, will be talking about, like, the guys that they're dating and, like, the guys are putting them through hell, me included. And they'll be like, because it's so rare to find a guy that you actually feel something for, that you don't have to convince yourself that you're attracted to them, that you think you could have a good time. Like, so I shit you not, 95% of the guys, actually, I'm so sorry, that's a really high number. 99.4% of the guys that I have entertained in the last year, I have had to convince myself to entertain them because I am literally thinking, oh my God, what if this is one of those stories where she's like, I didn't think he was cute at first. I actually kind of thought he was ugly. And then come to find out, like, it's her soulmate. That's literally what I'm telling myself. That's how subpar these dudes are. And I really don't think it's fair because men get to look at beautiful women every fucking day of their lives. You go to the Walmart, you go to the Target, you go, God forbid if you live in a metropolitan city, you walk outside and you are hit with a wave of beauty, of beautiful feminine energy. And then when you try to find that same kind of energy and masculinity, bitch, it doesn't exist because these straight men are just not doing it, okay? So, and that's not fair because it's like, I'm starving. What did Andre Leon Talley said? He said, I'm starved. The world is starved of beauty. I'm hungry. Like, something like that. But that's how I feel when it comes to men, okay? So, and I've had so many experiences where, like, so, like, I'll meet a guy and I think he's cute and, like, we're getting along and, like, he's doing the whole flirt, and then he gives me his social media, and then I go on his Instagram and I had a guy, he gave me his Instagram and he was like, he'd been after me for a minute. I talked about this on my live. But every time I saw him, he would be like, when are you going to come see me? When are you going to come hang out? When are you going to, when are you going to let me spend time with you? And I'd be like, you're a whore. Like, I can already feel the whore's vibes. I already know you're a hussy. You don't have to even, I just know it. So why waste our time? And he kept asking. And then, girl, literally, I give him my Instagram. The first time I give him my Instagram, the next day, I get on Instagram and I'm looking at his story. And why does he have a story where basically it's very clear he just had a threesome? And he said some shit about, like, people need to bring back, like, multiple partners, sexual relations. And I was just like, Okay, the problem is not that you're having a threesome. Go off, live your life, live your best life. But like, why the fuck do you need to put that on your Instagram story? The lack of decorum, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that's so gross. Like, I just find that gross. And like, I'm also like, as a girl, I would be really annoyed if I went on Instagram after doing like some hussy behavior with a man, and then his first thought is to put that he just got laid on his fucking Instagram story. Like, why would you do that? Like, where is your head? Like, you're gross. Like, do you not get laid a lot? And then also, that's the other thing. I've noticed that a lot of the guys out there, they're not getting laid. They're not getting laid. And it's not, they're not getting laid. And it's not, girl. And it's, oh, sorry. They're not getting laid. And it's not because they're like, oh, she's not cute. It's because women don't want them. Like, they have no game. They have none of it. They have none of it, girl. So, you know, it's really hard out here for a single bitch. I'm really just going to say that. Now, the other side of this is when you are drinking the dumb bitch juice. Because of the lack of attractive men who have shit going on for themselves, when you meet a guy that you, God forbid, are attracted to, who has got something going on, he got a little bit of money, and y'all have chemistry, it is so hard to let that go, and you just start guzzling on the dumb bitch juice. That is the worst, because like literally the thought that is always in my head is like, when am I going to find somebody like this again? Like, I'm not saying that thought outright, but like all of my behaviors are alluding to that thought. Like, it's very much like there is a shortage and I'm like, damn, I need to like hold on to this. And these guys know that, okay? These guys know that. I need you to know that these men know that there is attractive men who are charismatic, who have chemistry, who are rich, who are sexy, who are, they, you know, they got manners and shit. They know that there's a shortage of men like them. Ting! They know there's a shortage of men like them. And because of that, you know what they're going to do? You know what they're going to do? They are, in the nicest way that they can muster, be assholes, be dickheads. And what I realized is that we as women just waste too much energy and brain power making excuses for men. They know exactly what they are doing. Men know exactly what they are doing. They are not too busy. They are not too tired. They are not overwhelmed. They are none of these things. And the better part of this is how you act. Like, amazingly, men and women are just like not that different at all, to be honest. Like, and a man who is not subpar, he's not that different than a woman. I'm literally going to tell you now. And just like how when you really like a guy and he texts you, that phone is in your hand and you're like, da, 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 da. And like literally you'll be at church and you'll be at church, bitch. If you really like that man, you will be at church. I'm dead serious. I've had moments where like I really like a guy. I'm in therapy, girl. Talking to my therapist right about him. I'm like, hold on. Getting that text back, bitch. They are not that different. If a guy really likes you, he's texting you. And I don't mean like, okay, also like we need to change our definition of texting, because like as I've gotten older, please don't text me some bullshit like trying to have a whole conversation with me. Either FaceTime me or call me or whatever. If you're texting me, it better be to me making plans. Like, I've realized that that's the kind of texter I am. And I don't even mean that like for men. I mean that for my friends, like for everybody. Like, I'm like, hello, get to the point, please. Like, what? Are we making plans or not? Like, send me memes, text me locations, text me dates. That's it. Like, it has to have a subject. It has to have a subject. Don't try to have like no random ass conversation with me over text. I'm not having it. So men are the same way, girl. If a guy likes you, they will make the effort. Do not make excuses for them. This is the thing, and this is what I have just noticed that my friend does, okay? He got like a harem of girls that he's talking to, dating, sleeping with, whatever. I'm looking at this and I'm just like, I hope they all break up with you, because they deserve better. While you're here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to know when I post. Hit that notification bell. Hit it right now. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Don't be shy. Hit the subscribe button. You know you want to subscribe to me, girl. So go ahead and do that, okay? I love you. Bye. Unless you didn't hit the notification bell or the subscribe button, in which case, I still love you. Bye.